1, 2. All right. Stand by, everybody. Stand by. Hold on. We are streaming. Yay. Yes. Yeah. It's graduation, guys. Come on. Yes. Right?
Class, attend who? Good morning, Chief.
Good morning, Chief.
Good morning, folks.
Good morning, folks.
Good morning. Ready, seat.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Class 146. I'm Leonard Elgin, Captain of the Police Academy. Thank you for coming and helping celebrate this special day. We will now have a presentation. The mayor couldn't make it. We're going to have a video presentation from the mayor at this time.
Hi, everybody. It's Mayor Betsy Price. I wanted to take a minute since we can't be with you because of the COVID virus. But we wanted to thank you. You've worked really hard to get where you are today. You're among a select few who will be Fort Worth's next police force. It's an exciting time for you. It's an exciting time for your family. You've sacrificed much to get through this training, and so has your family. The people of Fort Worth truly do care and support their police department. You're very fortunate in a world where that's not always the case to have such great support in our community. We know you're going out in an uncertain time, in a time where things are very difficult, but you've been trained for that job and you will be up to it. You also should know that you have the love and the care of the entire City Council and myself, certainly your families and everyone in the city. Let us know if you have questions. You are making the ultimate sacrifice by being called for public service, and that's what police work is. Thank you for committing to that. Take care of your families. Spend time with them because they are on the front line with you. When you leave every day, they will worry about you. Your moms, your dads, your wives, your children, your husbands, all are going to worry about you, as are we. But we know you'll be careful, and we know your training will serve you well. Thank you for answering the calling to be a Fort Worth police officer.
We will make sure to thank the mayor for her salutations and her wishes of well-being. At this time, I would also like to thank the Fort Worth Police Officers Awards Foundation for their generosity and support. We will now have awards for certain members of the Academy class. At this time, Corporal John Lamont will come forward and make a presentation for the honor grad.
Good morning. My name is John Lamond, and I'm the corporal for the Fort Worth Police Department Recruit Training Unit. It has been my honor and pleasure to work with you since we met on August 19th, 2019. That day, I asked you why you were here. Today, I believe you know your answer. Every member of your training staff cares about every one of you. That doesn't end today. We're always here for you. I am proud of the great service I know you will provide through your profession of police work. You have been an exemplary class, and without a doubt, you will become leaders of our distinguished agency. I will now present the Honor Graduate Award. The Fort Worth Police Department conducts the best police academy in the country. The Texas Basic Peace Officer curriculum for Class 146 was 667 hours, but your actual training time was more than double that at 1,364 hours. Among many other things, your class took 33 written tests, including 30 chapter tests, 2 phase tests, and the Academy Final Test. The calculation for the Honor Graduate Award includes all these written tests and also firearms and physical fitness scores. Class 146 is a very strong class with an overall class average of 91 points. The competition was fierce, and your honor graduate earned an overall score of 96.26 points. We're not surprised because this recruit is one of the nicest, most squared away people we've ever met. She was a shoo-in for class leadership. Congratulations, Shernay Bentley. Please join me for your award. I will now present the Top Gun Award. We are truly blessed to have one of the largest and most advanced indoor weapons training facilities in the United States. All of our firearms instructors are dedicated men and women who are passionate about providing the finest firearms training in America. Each recruit in Class 146 received 112 hours of firearms training and fired over 3,700 rounds of ammunition. Our standards and our training far exceed the state's minimum requirements. I am proud to report the recruits of Class 146 are good shooters with an average firearms qualification score of 95.5%. By comparison, the department average for 2019 was 94.7%. However, there can only be one Top Gun in each class. The Class 146 Top Gun won the honor by shooting 3 perfect scores of 100. A strong, silent type, this recruit excelled in the classroom, on the range, and in physical fitness. His performance speaks louder than words. Outstanding marksmanship, Trey Thornhill. Please join me for your award.
Thank you, sir. I will now ask Officer Coy Boyer to come forward and present the 3D award.
Good morning, Class 146. Good morning, class. I'm Officer Coy Bauer. I've had the honor to be the lead PT and CT instructor for Class 146 over these past 8 months. The award I'm going to present today is the 3D award. Each academy class, we as instructors pick an award for the 3D, we call it. It's desire, determination, and dedication for one recruit that really stood out. It was really hard in this class, 146. We've got several leaders out of all of you, and to pin it down to just one person definitely made it difficult for each instructor. This award goes to, like I said, desire, dedication, and determination. It goes out to the recruits that showed all these traits. The fact that so many of you showed these traits, like I said, it really made it hard. Desire, simply stated, is, sorry, I lost my place here. A strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. Wanting to become a police officer is one thing, but actually putting in the work, the long hours, the study time, and missing all the important family events is definitely something that's hard to do. The training is indescribable. The desire of this recruit proved that he wanted this more than anything there was, and to earn this job title. Determination was not only shown for these past 8 months, but actually several years leading up to this, before this class even started. This recruit actually joined from another class and wasn't able to graduate at that time period. Instead of giving up and just calling it quits and starting something fresh, starting something new, he stuck with it. He really showed his determination of wanting to become a police officer. The dedication is shown from day one. He stood out from day one. He didn't ask for certain favors. He didn't say, well, I've already done this before. Can I get a pass? I've already been through this. Can I skip through this? Never heard one word of him complaining or not wanting to participate. CS gas, pepper spray, taser. Who in the world would want to do that again? But again, we didn't have any kind of complaints of trying to back out of it. He went through it, led by example, and truly a good member of the class. The 3D award for Class 146 goes to Nathan Hartman.
I now ask Officer George Lopez to come forward and present the award for most respected.
So here we are. Good morning, Class 146. I'm Officer Lopez. You guys know me. I've been your class counselor for the last 728 months or so, give or take. But today is my great privilege to present the Most Respected Award. Each of you guys, each of the recruits we see here today, they're all worthy of great respect. They've endured a lot. They've trained hard. And I've had the honor of watching them grow into the young officers that we see here today. Most Respected Award is voted on by the class itself. It reflects who they, as recruits, believe exemplifies the qualities of great police officers. The recruit they selected has performed every phase and facet of this academy's training exceptionally. He has persevered without losing his bearing. He's encouraged his classmates through difficult events, and he's demonstrated professionalism, courage, kindness, and compassion throughout. He will be exactly the kind of officer the city of Fort Worth expects and deserves. His classmates recognized this right away, so did the training staff. The recruit voted most respected by Class 146 is Lawton Emil Klein. Congrats, sir. Thank you, sir. I would now like to introduce to everyone our boss. Oh, top cone. I'm sorry. I would like to bring forth Officer Eric Halim to present top cone.
Good morning. My name is Officer Halim. I am currently assigned to the North Division SRT Team 6. I had the great pleasure of almost getting run over, instructing Class 146 how to drive on all four wheels. A lot of the skills that you learn in recruit training are things that you don't commonly use on a daily basis. Some students have never shot a gun or been involved in a fight. For some, this could generate the misconception that driver training won't be difficult. This proves to be inaccurate pretty quickly when some of the most challenging tests we take are in the first couple of days of class. That's before we have even broken the speed limit or turned on our red and blues. As you approach your daily duties as an officer, you won't fight or draw your gun every day, but you will have a day that you don't put a key in the ignition. We must remember that when we catch sight of a suspect and begin to give chase, there are very important people depending on you to come home. As an instructor, I can provide you with lots of skill and advice, but the choices you make are up to you. Emergency vehicle driver training consists of a week of classroom and simulator work, learning the laws and department policies that govern the use of an emergency vehicle. A couple of weeks later, we move out to our track, where we practice and qualify on backing, evasive maneuvers, skids, Code 3 operation, pursuits, and many other skills. Last but not least, we go to the Motorsport Ranch for the high-speed training on pursuit and Code 3 response. We are very fortunate for the generosity of the Awards Foundation in sponsoring an award for the best driver in the class. The top cone award is determined by a combination of several skills courses that are timed and penalized, as well as the first run qualification of the final speed road course. Our goal is less about how fast you can drive and more about how well you can drive fast. With that in consideration, the top cone award for the class 146 goes to Officer Dritan Kortra.
Now I'm going to introduce the boss. Chief Ed Krause is going to come forward and give us a few words of inspiration.
We'll just settle for a few words. Well, Class 146, welcome to the strangest graduation any of us have ever been a part of. Have they started calling you the Corona class yet? If not, I'll take trademark rights to that. But we don't want that to define who you are as a group. Look, we're really sorry that this is how your graduation had to go today. As a police profession, we celebrate academy graduations, promotions, and retirements extremely well. In Fort Worth Police Department, our recruit class graduations are really done up right. We have typically have them at a large church that partners with us, the Awards Foundation, the Rotary Club, Caliber Collision that provide all the monetary awards for those awards we just gave out. They're there on hand to say a few words. You know, the family and friends all dress up, and it's something we do really well here in Fort Worth PD, and it stinks that y'all don't get to experience that, and that your families that have sacrificed while you've been in the academy don't get to experience that at this time. We are committed to bringing the entire class back and hosting a formal graduation when it's safe to do so, probably toward the end of your field training process. And we'll give you that date as soon as we can get it set so your family from out of town can make arrangements to be here and participate. The mayor, I'm sure, will be there. She typically speaks at graduation, as council members are usually there, other city department leaders, citizens from the community come and show up. Our volunteer groups show up to the graduations. They're all here to welcome you to the family and to show their support for you. And you're going to see a lot of support when you hit the streets in a few weeks. You're going to have people coming up and buying you lunch just because you're wearing the uniform. You're going to have people coming up to you, thanking you for your service, just out of the blue. And they're doing that because they know how much you've had to sacrifice to wear the badge. When you take the oath, it's understood that you're going to be sacrificing in this career path that you've chosen. Your family is also going to sacrifice. You're going to have to change up how you do holidays because you're going to be working Christmas morning and you're going to have to do a Christmas Eve celebration or something later in the day. You're going to miss birthdays. You're going to miss kids' sporting events. And it's going to put a lot of stress on your family as well as you. So just as the citizens recognize your sacrifice, it's incumbent upon you to recognize the sacrifice of those who love you and support you. There's going to be days when you come home from work and you're going to be spent emotionally and physically, and all you're going to want to do is lay down on the couch, flip on the TV, turn on the Atari game system. Okay, some of you know what that is. And veg out. But you have to take the time to interact with your family, to support them the way they're supporting you now and the way they'll support you throughout your career. When you hit the streets, you're going to be serving our community in a manner no other recruit class before you has. You're going to be wearing personal protective equipment, masks and gloves on just about every call you go out on. Before this virus hit, our officers hardly ever put on protective face masks. They only gloved up when there was a high probability that they were going to encounter some blood on the call. When COVID-19 hit, our officers had to pivot, they had to adjust, but then they did what they keep doing. The job doesn't change. It's protect and serve. They made the adjustments, they put on the PPE, they took a little more time before running into a situation. They assessed the situation from afar. We changed the way we handle a lot of calls to put less calls that officers actually have to respond to. We handle them over the phone or over video conferencing. So it's been a change for our department, but the mission stays the same. Although you're entering your police career with this additional pandemic challenge to consider, at its core, your job is still the same. You're going to find the next several years in your career to be fun, exhilarating, emotional, taxing, stressful, but above all, rewarding. Challenges change, but your commitment should stay the same. Thank you all for taking up the challenge of being police officers, and welcome to the family.
Thank you, Chief Cross. Class 146, prepare for the presentation of badges. No. Chief, I now present the class officers of Class 146. Gun bearer, Jessica Ann Morgan. Sergeant at Arms Quentin G. Virgin. Class President Shanae C. Bentley. Vice President Elizabeth Catanzaro. Vice President James David Smatt. I now present Class 146. Jason Daniel Allshouse. Colby Lynn Buchanan. Lisbeth Cervantes. Jacob D. Chang. Christopher Allen Cherry. Aaron Reed Falk. Andres Flores. Michael Glenn Frederick. Jocelyn Frias. John Zachary Garcia Sr. Dylan Quang Gore. Peyton Claire Haddock. Nathan Gary Hartman. Brittany D. Jones. Congrats, Brittany. Martin Ming Jiao. Lawton Emil Klein. Emil. Dritten Korcha. Raymond Daniel Laura. Ryan Wesley Longmore. Ryan Joseph Manley. Alejandro Mendoza. Laura J. Mendoza. Diana A. Mudwalder. Chelsea Elaine Newsom. Logan Christopher Pitt. Sarah Elizabeth Ramirez. Social distance, sir. Social distance. Congrats, Chief. Jared J. Rice. Daniel Ryan Jr. Congratulations, sir. Trey Thornhill. Matthew T. Thornton. Carlos D. Vega. Christian Vera. Jordan W. Wilkerson. Sergeant at Arms, prepare your class for the oath of office.
Class, attend. Who?
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Peace Officer of the state of Texas and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States and of this state. So help me God. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. I present to you the class of peace officers from Class 146. This is where you take your mask off and throw it in the air. No.
All right, congratulations, class. Welcome.